how do you say congratulations to?
My name is Maham Anjum, and I run a pottery workshop in London.
Well, to someone like Maham Anjum, who, when they say your name...
And I'm here with Lauren, the lovely Lauren, who's going to ask me some questions.
It feels like an honor that someone like her even remembers yours, even after all these years.
I work very closely with chefs and restaurants, so we spend a lot of time and effort on each project that we're working on. So it's a lot of sampling involved, a lot of testing.
That was May of 2019. That was the first time we ever met Maham Anjum in person, and it was, of course, for good reason.
I think John's got this vision. You know, he's a doer, he gets things done. And his team are doers and they get things done. And they're sort of catering to a wider audience.
A wider audience, to say the least. But first, there was one audience.
Well, I'd like my children to be inspired. I want them to be self-sufficient. And I think it's for them to know that it's important to have a passion, to believe in something. So I'm looking to raise funds for a good, reliable kiln in my own studio. I think that will change my life. Both my daughters, but Lali more so, they grew up, you know, being in the workshop with me as little girls, whether I was at the Royal College of Art, going in at the weekends and taking my kids with me. So they would be drawing while I would be working or loading the kiln or throwing. And or Queensbury Hunt, where I worked, and they both would come with me. And then when I had my own workshop, so they both grew up with it. And Lali used to say, and when they needed money, when they grew up and became teenagers, like 4 years ago, they would be like, oh, Mum, do you need help in the workshop? You know.
Of course, her girls came first, and then the kiln, and then came Steelite.
She really, really, really is passionate and completely committed to the craft that she is doing every day. And she loves it, and she really puts her whole heart and soul into it, and you can see that in the product.
Working with Steelite, I love working with Cami and Kim and Andrew, and I think it's, if an idea is agreed upon, they really, move the ends of the earth to make it happen, and it's great fun working with them.
Both of their audiences compounded because of being able to share like-minded designs and creative processes that never compromised on Maham's expertise.
So what we have been able to do with her is, first, everything is created on the wheel by her. And for us, it's both shapes and it's glazes. And then we're looking at ways to manufacture that product that still has the spirit and depth to it. And, that is not typically in the most efficient way because, it's not mass-produced pottery that we're taking and putting Maham's name on it. It has to still have the feel and the depth.
I think it's very exciting because I've got one side where I'm producing, making things in my own workshop, dealing directly with these restaurants and chefs from around the world. And then I get to work with Steelite, with this incredible team that I've become to got to know so well, like, for example, Cami.
And while she continuously shares the credit, it is with great pride that the worldwide design community shared the news that Maham Anjum was named Designer of the Year at the Tableware International Awards in 2026.
And when we work with her, we're taking that product that's been produced in a factory and we're bringing it back to her and we're saying, do you feel the spirit of the product? And, we don't do anything until we're completely aligned. And she says, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to see. And I know that the customer is going to fall in love with it when they see it.
And even though the designs have changed, the relationships have stayed strong and fundamentally focused on the warmth and the fun that defines the hospitality industry.
And we've worked together for so many years. She understands me, I understand her. So I think, it's very important, for me it's important that I have, not to just work by myself, but to work with others. It's fun.